Hi guys, so I was just testing the button, I didn't think it worked. So hi guys, welcome to the next three stages of the Fire Department New York. This is stage 67, which is the right side of the aerial upper midsection. Then we'll do the left side, and then we'll do another issue which will put it all together. So the parts list for this issue, this is the piece we did in the last video. This is obviously my fire truck. So we've got the upper midsection, we've got a waterway bracket. These bags are brilliant. We have got the waterway bracket, we've got the dreaded stop plate. I have come to not like those. We've got 2 I screws and 1 C screw. The screws that were left over from the previous video I have put in the containers, and they are in front of me. I haven't lost them. So let's begin with the right side of the upper midsection. We first of all need to attach the stop plate, and that goes in just like the last video. We need to find the... See, it's too much to ask, wasn't it? Saying that, that's gone halfway in. Oh, yes. Do you know what? If I can just find my pliers, I think I can get that in. These aren't my pliers, but these are a different set of pliers. But if I grip that, it's the grip, you see. Yes. Because my fingers can't grip it, it's an uneven surface. But that has gone in just about perfect. It's a little tiny bit of gap there. So do you know what? I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to get my sandpaper, and I'm going to give it a very light. It's actually removed some of the paint by pushing it into the hole, so that's probably helpful. Right. This pliers idea is so much better. Why did I not think of that? Well, I probably did. And that's gone in just a little bit better. That's certainly the easiest one I've done so far, isn't it? Right, so the recess needs to be at the back, which it is. It can't go in the wrong way because it's the hole is shaped like that. So next we want to attach the waterway bracket. I think we've done something similar to this before, haven't we? This one. So I'm guessing that's going to go into there somehow. And that's going to be a continuation. There's obviously going to be some kind of pipe going up there. Or is it? Yeah, right. So that needs to be attached with a C screw. And this is very similar to what we've done before, and I've lost my Webster screwdriver. Here it is. I keep putting things down and they disappear. Maybe that's a sign that although my desk is very tidy for me, maybe it's not tidy enough. Right, so holding that, putting the screw in, that's gone in very nicely. Very happy with that. And that is that stage complete. So on to 68, which looks identical. We've got 2 screws left over, by the way, I screws. But this part looks exactly the same as the previous one, but without the screws. So without looking at the instructions, I'm guessing it's going to be attach the stop plate and then screw the 2 halves together with the I screws. So parts list, upper midsection, which is this one, and then a stop plate. And you already know what we're going to do. We're going to take this stop plate and we're going to attach it with the detailed bit the recess outwards, and come on, maybe just one going in out of 4. Oh God, that's gone in, guys. I can't believe it. 1 out of 4 has just gone straight in. Happy, happy, happy. Right, so the next step then is we want to put these two together. It is pretty much gone exactly as I thought it would, and we want to attach that with two eye screws, which is the one that came in the previous issue. So there's the 2 screws, and usual procedure, we'll pop this one in just enough to bite. This one can go in all the way. This will probably get my screwdriver a bit stuck again. No, that's fine. And then we'll finish this first screw off, and that's that done. Right, so step 5, we want to attach the upper midsection into the lower midsection, and we've got these guides because obviously they want to go together. So that's going to go in like that, and it goes in like that. So this is obviously part of the ladder, and brilliant. So these act as stoppers, these little clip bits there. So it's a little bit tricky to get it in, but then you get a lock there, and then that will go in like that. So that is not the end of that stage. Gently push the upper midsection to the lower midsection like a telescope as shown in step 6. So that is, yeah, that will need a little bit of moving backwards and forwards just to loosen it up a bit. I can't see any scratches or points of contact. I suspect it's going to be along there and along there where the joins are, but that's fine. Right, so step 7, we need to take the ladder guide from stage 64 and align the parts. Now there's 2 ladder guides and I didn't mark them, however as you can see they're different sizes, and I'm suspecting that, whoops, nearly pulled that stop bit out. Right, so let's have a dry fit. That's not going to go into there, and that's not going to go in there either. So maybe it's this one. No, right, so I've done something wrong here. So we're looking for this stopper. Have I got the right bit? There aren't any other bits that look similar, are there? Right, so because I've done it the wrong way, I think there we go. It goes on to there. Goes on to there. So this one. So you've got 4. Oh God, that's really stiff. Oh, that's in there firmly. Right, so you see you've got 4 holes there, and you've got 4 holes there, and this is going to go. You've got the outer holes are for the pegs, and I can't, this doesn't look like this is directional, but it will, the locating pegs will fit into there nicely. Then we want to attach that with 2 C-type screws. I hope I've done this right, but there's no gluing, so if it is wrong, for not the first time ever, I can undo the screws and do it correctly. I just can't at the moment see how that's going to fit onto there. There we go. So that's in there. Lovely. And that is the stage complete. So that is stage 68. Be careful when you pull this because it's easy to catch these. So it might be better to open them on this side. I'm guessing once it's finished you could perhaps pull it from the end and that will pull all of them out. But that is quite stiff. Obviously it doesn't help that I'm holding it there, which is obviously closing the outsides in a bit. But let's leave it like this, which is how the magazine has left it. Right, so let's look at stage 69, which is the last stage of this pack. And I thought I'd lost my scissors. Do you know what? How many times, that should be a cliche of mine, shouldn't it? How many times have I said can't find the scissors? Right, so let's have a look. So we're first of all looking for ladder guide A, B and C, and that's these, and I think that's ladder guide A, and I think that's ladder guide B and ladder guide C, and B and C are the same but they're slightly different sizes. Ladder guide A is a completely different shape. We've got some C screws and some B screws, and then we've got cable runs times 2. So these look like thin flimsy plastic with some locating tabs on, and if you look at the position of those locating tabs, I don't think we're going to get that wrong, but I would suggest at this point these two are exactly the same. Okay, so we need to work on the ladder, which is there. You can see it, so that's good. So the ladder guides are different sizes. The wider ones are positioned nearer the cab, and they are placed in decreasing size along the length of the aerial sections. Start with the widest bracket and place it on the fixing point at the bottom of the bed section. Right, so I was just about to criticise that comment, but remember that at rest this ladder is going to be like that, so this bit is closer to the cab, this is furthest away, although I probably would suggest using the words the lower ones. So the largest one goes on the lowest one, and it's very hard to see, but I know this goes this way round for the simple reason that if you look at the fire truck, if you look further up the ladder, you can see there's another, like a pipe runner. So it makes perfect sense that something is going to run along there. So that goes into there. I'm going to move this out of the way, and that is going to be needing to be fixed with 2 C-type screws, and it looks like we're going to use a lot of C-type screws today, so I'm just going to tip all of them out onto the towel. No, I'm going to put them in the container, because if I'm wrong I'm going to have screws laying about and I won't remember what they are. But I am getting 4 out because I can see the next step and I can see C-type screws being mentioned. So C-type screw into there, and a second one, oops, right, now you know I'm not good at self-credit, but I think I've just earned a mouthful of coffee. Made that just before I started the build. I did make it a little bit too hot, so it's nice, just the right temperature now. Right, bracket B is positioned at the end of the bed section, which is there. So for your convenience, I'm going to move that this way so you can see it. And I know it's there because I can see these two reels. So that's going on to there, and that goes in very nicely. Why we've got 6 holes, I can't quite see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did we have holes for something else? We've got 2 screw holes, 2 pegs, but we've got 6 holes along there. I don't understand why they need 6 holes, but they've given us 6 holes, so that is what we will work with. Hello Shadow, he's just coming to have a little explore. Took Shadow to the vet earlier on. Well, I'm making this video, obviously I'm making it today, in July. That's how far ahead I've managed to get. Let me just check when the schedule is for this. No. Oh. Right, so you're going to be hopefully watching this in 69 in October. So it's July, August, September. So 4 months ago I took Shadow to the vet. He's had a good clean bill of health. He's had his jabs. The only issue is I knew he was overweight. I wouldn't call him a big fat cat, but the amount of treats and things that we give him, it's not a surprise. Right, so the next piece goes on to this one, and that's going to go on there. So now everything's making sense, and that needs to be secured with 2 more C screws. So yeah, so basically he's 10 months old. The vet has said that he's fully grown, which I thought they grow until they're about 1 year to 1.5 years. Perhaps what she meant is he's not going to be noticeably bigger anymore. You know, he's done most of his development. But the main thing is she would like him to be 6 kilograms maximum, and he's 5.5. And I know why he's overweight. He has 3 people that love him. They give him too much tuna, they give him too many treats, and yeah. Right, so this, we should have 3 brackets on here. It's pointing to it's pointing it to it from the other side. Identify the 6 fixing points for the cable runs. Right, so they made this tricky for us, and there are none. Right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's nice and simple. So we hold that like that, and what we do is we pop 1 into there, 1 into there, and the last one into there. So this is obviously all the electrical cabling that you know, for the power, for the winch and all the rest of it. That's not going in. Those bottom 2 are in okay. Oh, the top one's in as well. Obviously hadn't got it in quite right. So guys, can you see? You can't, I'm so sorry. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. I think I can cope that way. So 1 in, 2 in, and 3 in. No, that That first one is quite loose, but I don't think that's going anywhere. Right, so adding ladder guides and cables. That's the top. When the ladder guides facing up, slide the free end of the lower midsection into the bed section. So this is going into there, and there we go, that's in. And you need to see this, guys. Right, I've just knocked, I think, the spot lamp off. This is very, very stiff, guys. Yeah, I've just knocked one of the spotlights out. I've actually knocked it clean off. That's a shame. So that's going to go into the spares box. I'll glue that on the end. I might even pin it on. So that's a shame. This is why I don't think, I'm not happy with them putting fiddly bits on. Right, so that's the stage complete. We still have this. Where does this come from? Will it be used? We've got one more pack left. We've got these pipes, and although our extras box is getting smaller, it's not getting empty. So I don't know. Right, guys, so that is it for pack number 10. Let's put that down. So, right, you definitely need to use these white bits to extend the ladder as it stands. So let's finish the episode with what we have so far, and we can leave it at that, and then I will say my goodbyes, and I will catch you in another episode. Do you know what? I can't get it all in. Doesn't matter what I do, I can't get it all in. Let's try and switch to the big camera, shall we? Overhead. Yeah, look, guys, I mean, it's having a bit of trouble focusing, but you can see how tall this is going to be, guys. I'm standing up, and this is about as high as my chin. I'm sorry about the focus. Obviously, it's got so much to focus on at once. It can't really handle. Oh, it did focus then. Right. So yeah, guys, it really is getting there. And of course, we've got this to go on the end, which 2 bits have just fallen out, which I forgot about those. This is my main criticism of this model, is we're leaving little bits that aren't safe, and we've got little bits that can be easily knocked. Right, guys, that is it then for me. I'm going to put this all back. I'm actually going to take, I've got that far ahead, that I'm going to take a break for a few days before filming any more. I've been filming, let me go over to front camera. Yeah, so, oh, my camera got moved, I'm sorry. I had a bit of an accident involving a cat. There we go. Yeah, so I filmed about 3 or 4 packs over the course of 2 days. Literally film all day, go to bed, get up, film some more. A hell of a lot of progress has been made. So I'm going to take a break for a couple of days. It won't affect the schedule, because obviously next week the video that I haven't made yet will be released. But yeah, I'm really happy with this build. Overall, it's not my favourite build. It has its problems, a lot of little niggly problems, and there isn't really much I can do about it. In terms of things that I've done, knocked things, etc., I've never had a part work that I've had so many issues. I've lost little lenses. I've just knocked the spotlights off. It's and I've got a lens cover that I don't know where it goes, but on the whole it's looking pretty good. So guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next issue.